Hello, Lakshmy Ramakrishnan, and welcome to Film Companion South.
Vanakkam. Hi.
Vanakkam. I went through some of the comments, and one of them presented a hypothetical situation that supposing something, went wrong with your life, how would you like it if the world sat on judgment on that? I don't know if you saw that comment because there were thousands and thousands, and this one was just like struck my. What would your answer to that be?
See, if something went wrong in my life, if I go and post it on
Heaven forbid, just as a hypothetical.
People go through all this. Every family, it's not like there are perfect families, Rangan.
Right.
Whatever a couple goes through in life, we've also gone through. But the trust and the respect for each other has been intact. I think that's what matters. Okay. So what I feel is if something goes wrong in my relationship, and I put it on Twitter, I put it on YouTube, and I discuss. So that means it is no more a private matter.
Okay, that's where you're coming.
Once I put it on thing and I make it public, okay, then I give the opportunity and give the, permission for everybody to comment on it. That is why talk about my show. People come in left, right, and center. People personal attack me. Still, I'm very patient in replying to them because I operate on a public forum. People have the right to comment. When I bring my personal life to a public forum and celebrate on a public forum, glorify it on a public forum, I automatically give permission for people to comment on it. So it is no more a private affair. So whatever we do now, it creates a sort of an awareness, a mindset change when you do on public forum and comment, whether it is child abuse, whether it is domestic violence, whether it is relationship issues. What is required is mindset change from the society side. Okay. It is not, see, each person is different. Each person journey is different. Battle is different. So you can't generalize. But the mindset of people towards a certain issue matters a lot. For example, women in cinema. Okay, when I came into cinema, when I decided to take up my first offer, there was so much of objection from the extended family. One of my uncles said, from all I know, all women in cinema are dash. He said that. That's a mindset. Okay, I was shocked. I said, rubbish. I said, I will one day win an Oscar and I will take you for the award ceremony. I told him. Okay. Still, he doesn't talk to me because I'm in cinema. And today I gave him an opportunity to rejoice because of this woman. Because she didn't just put me down. She put a whole lot of women who struggle to reach this place and are still blamed or are still looked at as you compromise, that's why you are successful. So she has not tried to damage my reputation. She damaged the work and the effort of so many women because you said such a cheap thing. Successful people are not the ones who compromise. Successful people are the ones who believe in themselves and have their principles intact. They have their self-respect intact. I won't negotiate my self-respect for anything in this world. Okay, so that is where when you talk about cinema, women in cinema, see mindset. There is one Pailwan Ranganathan who comes and talks about all women in the film industry. What nonsense is this? I see so many people from every walk of life coming to my show, having extramarital relationship and multiple relationships. They are not cinema people. What is he talking? And I don't know how the industry is sparing him. He talks about every other woman in the industry. It only shows his upbringing. It only shows his the way people around him are.
Right.
That stigma I'm talking about. So the mindset change. So when you post, you ask me, why you are active on Twitter. I'm active on Twitter because there is a influence on when you are a known person. Then you have an acceptance and people look up to you for as an example. There is a mindset influencing the mindset. That is one place where social media helps, I feel. But the negativity has gone so bad. There are so many fake IDs. Oh my God, what I have gone through last 1 year, I can't tell you, Rangan. You can't even imagine. It's that bad.
How do you deal with the stress and the negativity? Because at the end of the day, you said that you're a very emotional person, but more than that, you're also a very creative person. You're a filmmaker, you're an actor. How do you stop this negativity from getting to you when you're asked to do something in front of a camera?
See, the only weapon I have is my conviction.
Right.
All this negativity would affect me if there was some truth in what they are saying. Say, suppose, take my Solvadalam. If I was even 1% manipulative there, whatever these people said would affect me. It is only a very temporary thing where I try to prove my stand, because I'm very, very desperate to prove my honesty. That is, but then I come out of it very soon, because then my conviction is my strength. Okay, and I see a lot of positive changes in the society that I see with my own eyes, right? And I learn a lot of things. I take criticism in a very positive way. For example, I used to wonder why people are against Solvadalam. Some people, when I go to Tirunelveli, Trichy, and all that, you should see the love and respect they shower on me. It is like, it's just unimaginable. And even during this time, I have to tell you that I experienced, when that thing happened, when that conversation happened, it was comedy for me. I didn't feel anything, because I know she was blabbering something. But after that, the next day, calls from every nook and corner. People were crying, people were angry, people were saying, I will do this, I will do that. I was actually pacifying everybody. I said, what? If she
This
says,
is the call with the Big Boss contestant.
yes.
Okay.
I said, what is there? If she blabbers something, nobody is going to believe that. People don't. I was trying to, so I was not getting emotional, if you see. But then what she had done, see, somebody says something in anger, I can understand, but then you will regret it. Che, I spoke about it. But this is not the case here. She recorded it and posted it on her Instagram, and was so happy about the abuse she did. That's something which is very peculiar. Okay. So the next day, people started calling angry and said, "Oh, we are coming to your place, this, that." So I had to tell them, no, 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 no. Whole day I was, but I could understand what sort of a support I had. Not even a single person I have hired for PR. I don't have a PR person. I don't have a manager. I don't have a single one paid follower in Twitter. Not even a single person. Everything is organic. So I could make out what sort of a support I had. You don't need to be the chief minister. You need to be walking your talk.
Right.
To be adored by people. So this thing I have experiencing, right? So from all the reviews I get, the criticism I get, I try to evolve. I try to take tips from that. So from Solvadalam Unmai to Nerkonda Pabai, it's a long journey and evolution has happened. Now I have a beautiful set of team, which is a mentor team, wherein we have educators, right. We have professionals from every walk of life. After the participants finish with the session, the shooting, after that we have a follow-up process. We have mentors for each family. They adopt children. They adopt families. Okay. And also this 5 months during the lockdown period, we have made sure that not even a single wage earner from the people who came to my show have gone hungry. Not even for a single day. All their medical needs were taken care. All their emergency issues have been taken care. All of them were given provisions, food. Okay, so it's a one big family. You asked me, how I cope up with negativity. I'll give you a small example. When I started Nerkonda Parvai, the first episode happened to be a very, very regressive episode, I would say, unfortunately, in the sense, a girl comes to me. She's in a marriage. She has got children. and very nice husband, but she fell in love with a guy who misused her. He even got her to that extent that she was forced to have even group this thing, that bad. But this girl was madly in love with him. The husband was ready to pardon her and take her back, but she was not ready to go. Such a bad episode, and we couldn't bring the other guy. He escaped. Okay, so this girl came to Solvada Nerkonda Babai with the hope that she can expose the other guy, but it then happened. It was very unfair, I know, but you can't force somebody to come, right? We can't pick him up and come. He has to be willing to come. We tried to convince him, but he didn't come. So this two episode became very dramatic, and you know how it is, right? When you cut teasers and all that. So the girl's intention of coming to the show and revealing everything was mainly to expose the other guy. But my intention was not like that. My intention was to reunite her with her family and help her out to come out of this and create some awareness. Again, how these women, family women, get trapped in such relationships. It was again a Facebook relationship. Okay, that is why I decided to do it in front of the camera. A good family was shattered. But after the episode, it went to millions of views. Okay, the girl was so angry because she said, you didn't bring that guy, you didn't bring that guy, you didn't bring that guy. That was the thing. I said, sorry, he didn't come. I understand you're angry. Every time I used to talk to her, she used to scream at me. But I didn't leave it because my intention is not that. I tried to rehabilitate her. I took her to ANU and I wanted her to get trained as a home nurse. She was not willing. Her attitude was not okay. She was very revengeful. But when they interviewed her, they were not happy because they said that this attitude doesn't help us to recruit her because a home nurse needs to be very balanced. She was not balanced. So she went through tough times. I was continuously in touch with her. I didn't leave it. She screamed at me. She yelled at me, but I didn't leave it. People were there around her who told her, see, you went for the show. What happened? That guy did not get exposed. You got exposed. Everybody is making fun of you. Then I requested behind woods and said, see, we did the show. We created awareness. So everything is okay. Remove the episodes from YouTube. They removed the episodes. Then, and even the title, she had an issue. So I told behind woods, please remove the title. Put something more decent. They did it. Okay. But the thing is, after all this, she was one day, she had high fever. And I got a call from the corporation saying that she is admitted in we had taken her to a private clinic because there was no time for us to take her that far because we put her in a home. I visited the home. She was not able to adjust with the people there. People were all looking at her in a different manner. Mainly, the inmates were all okay. She didn't have the right attitude because she was very disturbed. But I told everyone that it will take time because she has gone through 7 years of abuse. Then this happened and she was taken to the hospital and then they called me and then we did whatever we could and we made sure that she is given good food and nutritious food and all that. 4-5 days back, I just called them. I know that her corona test was negative. She was having very high temperature and she had breathing problem, but corona test was negative. Then she went back to the hostel and all that I know. We supplying supplements and all that. We were making sure she's getting. Then I called her and she picked up the phone and said, Amma, she was so happy. I said, what happened? I said, why sudden change? She said, Amma, when I fell ill, whenever I was taken to the hospital, they said, Lakshmy Ramakrishnan, the guest. I was treated like this thing. I felt so happy. Till now, I thought I have no one. But now I feel so belonged because people took care of me. They gave me so much of respect. And I felt that there is somebody to take care of me if I fall ill. Her whole attitude changed. She said, every time I called up, I shouted at you, ma'am, but you always spoke to me. The next time when you called me, you spoke to me nicely. So I feel very happy. Now I'm very confident. My husband has been calling me now. Once he gets a job, he said, I can go back to him with my children. That 7 years, I'm going to forget I don't remember anything. I don't remember that guy. I've forgotten him. Tell me, Rangan, Is this not enough for you to ignore all the negativity? It gives you, because you saved a life, you saved a family. Two children have got their mother back, that too in good spirits. I don't know whether you have seen Manichitra Tal. There is a dialogue in the end where Mohanlal says, I could have given you back, her back to you as a jiva chavam, as a dead person, but to give her back to you as the original, the sprightly, happy girl is what my intention. That happened,
And
so
that
this,
keeps you going.
oh my God, it gives you so much of positivity. So many cases like that. I just shared a recent one with you. There are so many. There are cases where people exploit you also, like the Tirupur case where that the whole family was in the railway station. They didn't have even a single meal. Both husband and wife were sick. The children, 16-year-old, 11-year-old, were going to the tari to do this. But then now the family has a house. The family they have bought a car. I was very angry with them. They went and bought a Maruti car. I said, people donated and they are happy now. They might not be able to manage the finances well. So we have our follow-up team talking to them and saying, why did you go and buy a car for 80,000 rupees? You could have put that money for your 5 children they have got. For one of the children's education, because one person has bought a land for them. Somebody from Subbu from Kerala has bought a land for them. Somebody has built the house for them.
And all these people got to know about this through the show.
Sure. Almost 20-25 lakhs they have contributed from different. It goes straight to the concerned parties, because I don't want to take 1 rupee into my account. Even if I have an NGO, I don't want to do that, because I don't want to get into cash transactions. See, my capital for this, when I started Non-Vedan and Renatayo, in 2018 November, my father passed away. Okay, so when my father passed away, he gave half of his cash deposits to the daughters. So my husband and I decided that Appa Amma's savings have to be given to people who really require it. They have to be remembered for, So Ram and I decided that we will use this as the corpus for the fund which we require for these participants. So if you see, from that time, I have been using, I think we have used up the whole of Appa's wealth which was passed on to me. Because that's why I could support so many families during this time also, this 5 months.
Yeah.
We have built houses, we have given for education, we have given for medical treatment, we have done for provisions for so many families. So all this, so whatever monetary help we do, it is from our family, because my daughters are all earning, so they contribute, my husband contributes, and I contribute from my earnings. But we don't take contribution from outside. We are actually in the process of registering the trust also, but we will not deal with cash transactions. It will be from only one way, giving. But whatever public gives, it goes straight to the participants. So now that family of 5 children, the children are not going to the tari. 14 hours they have to go inside and work. 11-year-old and 16-year-old. Child labor. Okay, let me ask you something, BR. Child labor is abolished, right? Supposed to be abolished, right? So when you see a show like this, the authorities have this thing to take it as a suo motu case. There are so many cases like that taken. Murders, this child abuse, bonded labor. There are children who have been reunited with their parents after 13 years. So this gives me the positivity to ignore this negativity.
Okay. The next time a case like this happens and you realize that as a person who's an actor, who's a public face, that anything that you say is going to draw a lot of scrutiny and be used for a lot of publicity. You watch something like this, something upsets you, a video upsets you, a picture upsets you, you're saying that you're not going to go on Twitter again. How do you think you're going to deal with that?
See, now, knowing me, I would say this is only a temporary phase. But one thing really concerns me. my husband and my children. Every action of mine has some effect on them, right? They trust me, they have been with me, they have been extremely supportive. It's my priority is and always been my family. So nothing, even my passion or even my career, even my social concerns or activism is more important to me than my family. So I have taken a very conscious decision, because we both are in an age where we are getting into the retirement stage, right? There are health concerns. See, if you see, Rangan, from I'm in cinema for the past 12 years, right? Okay. So when I came into cinema, I have 3 young girls at home. My mom was sick. I lost my sister in an accident. I lost my brother. I lost my mom. Okay. And my husband was away in Muscat. So I had to manage everything on our own. We built our house during that time. With all this, I managed to do 40-45 films. I managed to learn the ropes, or still learning the ropes of filmmaking by venturing into filmmaking. Okay, you can imagine as a mother how I would have struggled to balance these roles, how I would have juggled. I didn't have time for anything else. And over and above all this, I have to mention this. I'm sorry, I might look very, very crude, but I have to. When I came into films, already my menopause stage had started. You know, that is the most difficult time for a woman, because people like me, who are emotional people, who are prone to depression, I was for years into depression because of my OCD. Physically and mentally, I was going through tough times. Okay, so when she was blaming me and all that, I, in an attempt to convey what I want to, I didn't have time for anything else, because when I came in, my hands were full. Still, I didn't want to miss out on an opportunity. Even now, I can't believe, BR, from my side, I'm telling you, a person who didn't even know what short division, even short division existed, for me to have made 4 films, I just can't believe it. Even I can't believe it. To me, it is great success, because I made, technically all those things are different. For me, it was a big, big thing. Okay. I consider myself as extremely successful. Okay. It's not the monetary thing I'm talking about. So, and that period, that only last 4-5 years, I'm out of it. So out of this 12 years, 8 years was the most difficult time in my life, biologically also. I remember, sorry, again, I might sound very crude. After Yuddham Say time and all, I used to, whole night we used to work. There was a shot where I had to carry, because when people go through menopause, that's a time when your bones become weaker, because, and you don't know, you start losing so much of blood. Okay, you become very weak and anemic. I had to carry that girl, and Mishkin's shots are all very long shots. I had to walk and walk. He never said the cut, and I had to keep walking. After that, I had so much of pain. And then I remember one night we shot, there was a scene where I was standing on the road, and this guy comes in a bike, and my sari goes up, and I stand there bald headed. Whole night we were shooting. I was so tired. I told you, I was going through that phase in my life. Mishkin cried. He said, I made you to stand whole night here. I know what you're going through. I feel. There was an interview when I attended in one of the FM, and I was like, I couldn't control. I was like bleeding because of my physical, this thing there. I couldn't stand there. I went through hell. There are places where you don't have a toilet. You don't have a place for a caravan. What would you do? So it's not easy for a woman to, at that stage in life. And I did it only because of passion. I came into cinema after we settled in life. There was no financial ambitions. But with all this, one thing was very clear. And we conducted 2 weddings. Okay, so during the weddings, during their exams, whichever film comes, I will not take it up. So now last 1 year, my daughter delivered. I'm a grandmother now. So I have not even written a script. Okay, then there was some health issues with Ram, so that was my focus. I did not touch. I have two producers now who are telling me make a big film, but my concentration is not there. I want to focus on my grandchild. I want to enjoy this stage of his, I want to give him oil bath. I want to give him cool. That is my inclination now. After this incident, I have felt that I have wronged my family. In my concern for women and children and social concerns and getting attacked on Twitter like this. See, when I spoke about child abuse, there was somebody from the family who came in and started fake account and attacking me and posting my private things. When I go through all this, I'm putting my family also through pain because they see me in pain. I've decided that now take a conscious call. I don't know. In another, if God willing, we don't know. Today we are there, tomorrow we are not there. We don't know. But at least next 15 years is what we have, reasonably, if at all. I want to focus on my children and my husband more. And I will not, if it comes to the social concerns and activism on social media, I would think twice, which I have never done before. Not because of all this, because I'm concerned about my family.
On that note, I think that's a decision that one has to respect. And I hope that amidst all these other things, looking after your husband and your, caring for your family, I also hope that you find the time to write a new script, because I think you are one of the few filmmakers whose work has always been, there's been a lot of integrity in what you do. And whether it's, your first film, Arohanam, or the recent one, House Owner, there's always been a sensibility that I think one should see more of on screen. And every time I see you on TV, I'm like, it's the screen's loss. So I hope that, one of the things that I wanted to do with this conversation was try to understand, because I talk to a lot of film personalities, and that's my job. And most of them want to talk about their films, their work, and what. So my point was, where is this coming from? Where is this aspect of film personality that you rarely see outside? Where is this coming from? And I think you've explained that from your perspective very well. So thank you for that. So thank you for sharing that insight, and all the best.
Thank you so much.